Hello, everyone, and welcome back. So, what's on tap for today? Well, we've got another great video clip from Campus Reform, and their roving reporter is asking our students across the United States on these leftist campuses and leftist colleges and universities. The question is, hey, what did you think of Trump putting kids in cages and separating them from their parents? So, this is the premise, right? But then they're told it wasn't Trump who was putting the kids in cages. It was Joe Biden. It was Brandon and Kamala Horizontal Harris, that were putting the kids in cages. What do the kids think now? We're going to get to all of that in the next few seconds, folks. But before we do so, we just want to let you know you're watching the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show. I'm your guest host. My name is Dr. Nasir. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, like, share, and follow us. Hit that notification bell. Put your comments below. Share your feelings, right? Share your comments below. Let us know what you think. Let's get to that video right now.
Madison Smith with Campus Reform. President Joe Biden was very critical of President Trump for putting children in these, what he called cages, down at the southern border. Kamala Harris called it a crime against humanity. We're going to be going to students, showing them these, asking what they think about Trump doing this. But what will students think when they find out that these are actually President Joe Biden's cages? Back in 2016, when Trump was elected, he received a lot of criticism for his immigration policies. A lot of people accused him of, putting kids in cages down at the borders. He was putting children in what people were calling cages, these holding cells for kids while they were trying to sort things out and get them back to their families. So what do you guys think about Trump doing this? I'm sure you guys, have heard of it. What is your reaction to Trump doing this, and what do you think he should have done instead?
I don't like it, obviously. Kids shouldn't be in cages. I think Trump did a bad job, but I knew Obama had kids in cages too.
I think it was very disgusting that he did that. Why would you separate children at a young age, or even at any age, away from their parents? To be treated differently and put into a cage as if you're not human. So that was, beyond disgusting for him to even do that in the first place.
You can't put them in cages. If anything, give them a chance to be able to secure themselves on the soil, on American soil.
I think that a big point of conversation during the debates was he kept firing back with but you're the ones who built them and stuff like that. And I think that the person.
I just want to interject that the thing I can't get over is the stupidity of wearing masks outdoors. I know they're here, doing the interview or whatever, but I can guarantee you that these people are wearing masks even when they're walking, and there's nobody within a mile of them. The stupidity of the mask wearing back then, unbelievable, folks. Anyways, let's continue.
Person who used them and is really, the one who should be held responsible, rather than deflecting blame of but this happened and this happened. And I think that it was obviously a terrible situation and not handled properly.
Yeah, that was something they brought up a lot, was that the Obama administration built the cages. But you're saying that, you're using them, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Okay. You're literally ripping children away from their families at the border and acting like you're doing something good for the country. You're not.
I actually have a picture right here that I want to show you. One of Trump's, the holding cells they were keeping kids in. These are the ones that the Trump administration built. You can see they kind of look like shipping containers. They have the metal bars.
Here they are right here, these shipping containers, metal bars on the windows, heating AC units or whatever, and they call them cages, right? But these are the ones that were built and being utilized by the Brandon administration. So here they are.
Right there on the windows. So seeing this, what is your reaction knowing that Trump was putting children in here?
I don't like that at all. I don't really like the idea of ripping children from their families in the first place, and then keeping them in glorified shipping containers is not nice.
Yeah, it's horrible. I feel like there are so many alternatives that could have been pursued.
It looks pretty crappy to me. I don't like it. The bars kind of give off a bad vibe. Looks like prison cells.
It's hard to even explain your emotions, because it's why would you put children in a cage if they were an animal? Even Like, even dogs themselves, they're not always in the cage their whole lives.
Would you say that maybe Trump putting them in those cages was treating them like animals?
Yeah, it's like treating someone like an animal.
It just kind of reminds me of what's it called? What happened in Germany, Nazi and forgot the name of it.
Concentration camps?
The Holocaust.
Then candidate Biden, when he was gearing up to run against Trump, he was very critical of Trump's decision here. Kamala Harris was too. She said it was a crime against humanity. He vowed to end the child separation policy. Do you trust Biden now that Biden's in office, Trump's out? Do you trust Biden to handle the immigration situation better? And do you think that he'll do that?
I'm hoping that he does resolve the immigration crisis to an extent. Better than Trump did.
I think we're in a lot better standing than we have been for the past 4 years. I know there's a lot going on right now that needs to be focused on. And I have been following closely, like for his Instagram and everything, and waiting to see updates on it. And so, God, I hope so.
Biden's pretty central, and so we have to push on him to keep making change.
From what we've seen and what he's promoted for what he would do, I believe that he can handle the situation better.
You think you might trust him more than Trump?
In a sense, yes.
I don't think you'd go that far.
Last question. Would it surprise you if I told you that picture I just showed you is actually the facilities that President Biden just opened? I showed you that picture. Would it surprise you if I told you that was a holding cell? Those were holding cells that President Biden just opened about a week ago, and that those were not Trump's. And Trump actually enacted a policy that ended the separation of children at the border.
That's shocking because I did not know that at all. So, for you to tell me that, I did not know that.
That is unbelievable, folks. This is your typical student. This right here is your typical student who doesn't know anything at all, is just basically fed all the crap, false narratives, fake narratives that they're listening to. Is probably an MSNBC, CNBC, listening to, whoever, or watching whatever on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or Snapchat or whatever. And they're all leftist, moderate, progressive, liberal, Democrat, entities that they're listening to. One thing that people should know is that it was Trump that signed the paperwork that ended taking the children away from their parents. But the fact of the matter is that these cartels, these smugglers, they're being told, and the people are being told, hey, guess what? Say you're part of a family. Say that's your mom, that's your dad, that's your brother, that's your sister. And when you come across, if you say you're a nuclear family and you're part of a family or a group, they're going to let you go through. We have to separate the children in order to make sure that the kids are saying who they actually are. Is that really their parents? Is that really their mom and dad? Is that really their brother or sister? You've got to do that to make sure that you're not putting kids in danger by not knowing if those are their rightful, guardians or their rightful parents or not. And she's totally shocked, folks, totally surprised, because she's been fed the entire narrative and she swallowed it hook, line, and sinker.
Everyone made Trump look like a bad image, and he's basically doing the same thing. So, yeah, that's very shocking. I did not know that.
It sucks. He went back on his word.
So a lot of people are criticizing Biden, calling him a hypocrite, saying he was doing exactly what Trump did. So knowing that, what is your reaction to that? Does that surprise you?
I'm not surprised. That's exactly what I was expecting. If he didn't do anything about it, then it's just because, I don't know, everybody's saying he's everything's going to change when Biden's coming. I just think from here on now, it's probably going to get worse.
I don't think that's a solution. And I don't think there should be a double standard. I wouldn't be okay with Trump doing it. I'm not okay with Biden doing it.
You think Biden lied?
Yeah, honestly, I think.
She's so conciliatory right now. Right before it was like bash Trump, Trump evil, orange man bad, it's not, it's, okay, so they built them, but you, Trump, you monster, you used them to put the kids in the cages, which wasn't true at all. You used them to put the kids in the cages. Now she finds out that it was really Biden who was doing it. Well, I wouldn't want Trump to do it either. It's not really good for Biden to do it either. These hypocrites, these wokesters, These students are these students are all part of what I call SIMMER, the acronym. Stupid, idiotic, moronic, retarded, for the most part.
I think Biden has always just been kind of like the puppet mouth of, the Democratic Party.
So you guys don't really trust Biden?
I wouldn't say that I fully trust him, but I think that I trust.
I don't think I fully trust Joe Biden, but he's a puppet, so he can be maneuvered by more people on the left. That's why I really like him. Trump couldn't be moved at all, but Biden, and then this, over here, this guy, he was saying, oh, he's more, centers. He's more in the center. Biden in the center? Are you kidding me? Yeah, maybe, 90 years ago, but not now. I mean, and so, first of all, like I said, as folks, I still couldn't get over the fact that these idiots are wearing masks. Now, I don't even know, was that something that the school said, that you've got to wear masks even outdoors? You got to wear masks? I mean, that's just unbelievably stupid. But that's what kids, they were listening. Oh, wear the mask. You got to wear a mask. It protects you. It does this. It does that. Even though we were being told by the CDC and, Fauci, the fake Fauci, that in certain cases it was okay, then it wasn't. Then it wasn't a single mask, it was a double mask. Oh, it wasn't a double mask, it was an N95. Oh, it was a this, it was a that. I mean, it was unbelievable what the hell was going on. And then all the other stuff that we talked about here, folks, it's just one of those things again. It just goes to show you that most of these kids, most of the people at university and colleges, they don't have a freaking clue as to what's going around, and they're just in their own echo chambers, their own bubbles. And these people vote, folks. That's the scary part. These kids vote. Low information, no information voters. That's what they are. Anyways, we appreciate you taking the time to watch. You've been watching the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show. I've been your guest host. My name is Nasir. If you haven't already done so before, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, like, share, and follow us. Comment below. Let us know what you think. And I'll leave you with my final thought, which is, when you're right, you're right. And when you're left, you're wrong. We'll see you again next time, folks. Take care and stay safe.